movies. It's like, imagine the world is right now, all the movies, and what are the best? I don't really know, but there's like a best to tell you what this show is all about, just like songs. I created a foursome of songs. Where Have All the Flowers Gone? Peter, Paul and Mary, the best of the whole album I highly recommend. John Hammond is John the Baptist too. It is so biblical, it's just unbelievable. He's priceless. Anyway, the point is, John Lennon, Working Class Hero. I think that was my theme song to my first movie. My last movie. Anyway, it was my theme song, I think. And it's been my theme song all my life. And then imagine, and Thomas More and Utopia, John Lennon made that up. That was a long time ago with King Henry VIII. Imagine, Utopia. And so, I like that. And so imagines that. But then, you know, around the time I figured out how to buy the word, I ran into Bruce Springsteen. Not just the any old Bruce Springsteen, the one that you probably don't even hear much. Independence Day. You wouldn't want to change it if you could. I don't know how he was singing my songs so long ago. I don't know how he's been singing my songs for 50 years. Maybe because my songs are your songs, and I am you. I am a manifestation of all of the best of us. And yes, I am a normal person, and I have sinned. Okay, that's not the point. Oh, maybe it is. Okay, no, wait. If God was made in our image, then he must have been as messed up as we are, right? Oh, no, we were made in his image. Oh, so, no, we're not fully made like that, because we don't know what his image is. Whoopsie. This didn't work out too well. That's okay. Yeah, no, is there more? I like this. This could be fresher. This looks like clear water. That looks like tap water. See, look at that. I got better ice from them. Judge for yourself, scientists. Look at that. That's the ice I get out of the refrigerator. And look at this, the clearness involved in the ice I get downstairs. Now tell me, why? No, it's just because we don't accept good practices, right? See, we can't afford to be billionaires or trillionaires. So see, billionaires, as a result, billionaires have to live on the product of fucking normal middle-class people, right? But if billionaires can get billionaire product given to them, and then in the next 3 months we deliver that to the millionaires, then all of a sudden, and then we deliver that in the next 3 months to the 100,000-aires, and then in 3 months to out more the 10,000-aires. Well, within 1 year, we got guys dealing with the shit billionaires used, and they're only 1 year later, right? See, if we can build it for billionaires, and we can then build it as prototypes, then we can build it in volume for 100 millionaires and 10 millionaires, etc. And we build it in volume. We make up for the difference, and the world's problems are massively changed. Because we own them. See, when you own all the ones and zeros, you just set the game up to run rocky. Okay, I'm making myself a drink. From this fabulous stuff from Fidel, I mean Edel, Obregon. That sounds something, Obregon. I know. Is it Catherine? I've heard that before. Right? And you say it's a Brian. How could a Spanish guy get an Irish name? The Spaniards come first. O'Brien must be a Spanish name named after Obregon. You can't possibly have it the other way. Because the Irish didn't show up as Irish until after Spanish was like probably running all over the place, right? Actually, the Spanish Cervantes and Don Quixote. You know Don Quixote. You must not know Don Quixote. I am Don Quixote, 999. Okay, guess what? Don Quixote's tempting windmills would finally pay off. But you know Don Quixote, right? Do you know Don Quixote? You know, what is he? Who is he? A movie star. No, he's not a movie star. He was a book. See, now, if you come, I don't want to be, I love you, okay, but if you come from a Spanish heritage, okay, and you have not read Cervantes' Don Quixote, it's like you have not read Shakespeare. You have not read and there's only one of them, and it's like you're like a guy who's never read Shakespeare. And there's probably lots of them, and that's nothing wrong with that. Okay, the point is, actually, that's most of a crime because you only had one book to read, Don Quixote. Shakespeare made all kinds of comedy and tragedy to read, but Don Quixote was a crazy guy, and he has a sidekick. I forgot his name, sidekick's name, but he also they played him with Peter O'Toole, and he had an impossible dream. To dream the impossible dream. He was running around Spain, and the book was written around 1100. There were not a lot of books written around 1100 AD, right? We were in the Dark Ages, right around that, okay? So he was writing about this guy tilting at windmills, you know, like with a tilter, you know, like the knights and shining armor and stuff, like King Henry VIII and all those guys. So, and he was tilting at windmills, and they thought he was a crazy old guy. And I don't remember all the thing, but Don Quixote was a crazy old guy in his great book. And, see, I'm the craziest guy in the universe. And I'm not tilting the windmills. I'm going to blow them up and build more. And, of course, you know when I say blow it up, I mean maximize the profits in the operation. But think about it, especially in the early, oh thank you did what I was trying to do. You're so good of a driver. But think about this, in the early days. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. See, normally, if my computers were working, they would have my train of thought already there. Now, I know that's a hard thing to figure the train of thought. We've got to work on something I haven't invented. But anyway, so Don Quixote is like, well, see, all of them. See, what my work does, my Bible, okay, and that's why you can't, because my verbal, I never catch up with 5 years of writing. And a lot of those 5 years of writing with Preston and Tracy periods, like a week at a time or 3 weeks at a time. And they were always around weird times of the clock. I never even understood the times of the clock. But I clocked off the time, and it all created this game. And the game was buying the world and then fixing it and training it. And I was inside the game because when I started the game, I didn't give myself a way out other than to say, threaten to shrug. But I couldn't shrug on buying the world because I didn't feel I had a right to shrug yet. I knew I could shrug it at some point, right? After it was so long, I could just say, oh, okay, guys. And then I realized, you see, I have a called unintentional denial. So sometimes I don't even think of things, but then it always becomes obvious later. So it was obvious when I began that the maximum period of company planning on Earth is 5 years. Okay? That nobody had a plan that was viable after 5 years. And if I was planning 19 years, I had them surrounded. And that 19 years could buy me 99 years. And that 99 years could buy me 999 years. See, once you have them surrounded by 19 years, you got a 14-year lead. Okay? And once you got a 14-year lead, you can train that to the 99-year lead. And then you have 1,000-year leads. And so once you did plan beyond 5 years time horizon, once you planned out of the box by blowing out the boxes and planned the whole world as if you owned it, you do it different. You've got a king. See, the world needs a king. But a king isn't just. Bloodlines aren't just. And I never wanted to be king. As king of peace, I simply said, I don't want to freaking be king, but I'm going to appoint you guys kings. And if you don't want to be kings, fine, but that's the movie I created. And so, I'm going to keep creating this movie and emailing you until you step up to the plate or I disappear. And I couldn't disappear. Oh, I can disappear on July 5th. What? But July 5th. I already have tickets for Cuba. But I might not take them. I don't know if I...
No.
What?
You want to disappear.
I might need to move to Cuba. I might need to move to Cuba for that. I might need to go with you to Cuba just for the... You know what I need to go to Cuba for? It'll be cheaper. Think of the hotels I could buy down there for the money I'm spending.